On June 27th, 1990, you could cruise like thunder into movie theaters and see the best stock car racing movie ever made, Days of Thunder. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruizers Motosrports. Auto racing has always been heavily tied to its sponsors, and because of this, Paramount was able to release some Days of Thunder merch like the line of die-cast race cars and truck haulers from Matchbox, and its parent company Tyco an electric slot car racing set. Both, mind you, have their own video features over on my toy channel, Toy Warp. I will link it below. Merch was kind of limited though. After all, it was going against merch-heavy movies in the same year like Back to the Future 3, Dick Tracy, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not to mention the Batmania that was still going on from the 1989 Tim Burton Batman flick. In a predictable turn, Hardees and Paramount would team up for a tie-in promotion where Hardees would get their name on a prominent character's car and in turn sell tie-in products. The result being Russ Wheeler's iconic number 18, sporting the Hardees livery on screen, and in turn, Hardees offering 4 die-cast cars that were featured in the movie, plus 4 large cups with very vibrant colors of the cars and the drivers' bios on them. To advertise this promotion, Eye Patch Productions would handle the duties of this television commercial at North Wilkesboro Speedway on May 30th and May 31st of 1990.
And from the movie Days of Thunder come the Thunder Racers from Hardees. Only 99 all 4. And collect Days of Thunder cups with any 32-ounce drink. They're available for a limited time only. Capture the Thunder at Hardees.
From a historical standpoint, there is a lot to unpack from this 30-second commercial. First off, longtime NASCAR fans would recognize the track they're at, which is North Carolina's own North Wilkesboro. A track that was a favorite of 90s and older NASCAR fans for its down-home, rough-and-tumble short-track racing. North Wilkesboro was axed after its last race in the 1996 season, and then was just left to rot. It was actually featured in Pixar's Cars 3, and only recently has it been revived to host the All-Star race. In a 2017 article, I found these pictures of not only the track, but the most interesting thing to us Days of Thunder fans, the cars. In the last few years, interest has really soared in screen-used Days of Thunder cars, since Rolling Thunder Racing in South Carolina has procured 3 of them and kinda went viral with it. Since then, movie fans have come out of the woodwork to help identify what cars were which and where they might be today. Hardees ran the tie-in promotion for 4 weeks, offering a different car and different cup each week. This is why you have 3 hero cars and just the 1 villain car. Offered on both the cups and in die-cast form were the 46 City Chevrolet car, the 46 Superflow car, and 51 Mellow Yellow car of antagonist Cole Trickle. Last was the 18 Hardees car of Russ Wheeler, played by Cary Elwes. Missing is the 51 Exxon car, driven by the, I guess, first villain, Rowdy Burns, so convincingly played by Michael Rooker, as they just basically ran out of weeks to offer his car. While the commercial does not feature the 51 Exxon car, it does feature, bizarrely enough, in a commercial aimed at kids, the number 25 Kodiak car, piloted at the time in NASCAR by Ken Schrader. Yep, that's right, in a commercial advertising the equivalent of a Happy Meal for Hardees, had a car in it with a Kodiak chewing tobacco livery on it. As weird as that might be, the 25 car is the most interesting of the bunch. According to the author after contacting him, that was one of the screen-used 46 Chevrolet cars actually driven by Tom Cruise, and is the very car, obviously restored, that sits in the Hendrick Heritage Racing Center, that is also featured on an episode of Americana. The other cars featured in the commercial were not screen-used, but instead were official show cars from Hendrick, including this strangely bodied mellow yellow car, possibly just kind of thrown together for the purposes of the commercial. Like the screen-used cars, these also went through many different iterations before reaching the end of their lives and ending up wherever they ended up. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned as I have an upcoming video all about that. Although Days of Thunder is a heavy influence for NASCAR fans like myself of the time, in the end critics merely saw it as a Tom Cruise vehicle. What's odd is that the tie-in for Hardees didn't subscribe to that at all. Neither the cups with Cole Trickle's bio on them nor the promotional in-store advertisements featured Cruise's likeness, which is an odd choice considering the official movie poster was basically just dude's face. Before the movie tie-in, Hardees as a sponsor already had quite the resume in Winston Cup. In the decade leading up to Days of Thunder's release, they sponsored such juggernaut names as Cale Yarborough, Bobby Allison, Alan Kowicki, and Dale Jarrett. After the flick, they would return in 1994 and bounce around a multitude of drivers before their last year, 1997. Ironically enough, with driver Greg Sachs, who did a lot of the pure race scenes for Days of Thunder for Tom Cruise, and for Hardees, that's coming full circle, before their final exit from Winston Cup. It is ironic that the resurgence of the aforementioned North Wilkesboro began in 2022, at the same time the resurgence of Days of Thunder stuff came about due to the success of the Top Gun Maverick movie, and of course all the following rumors of a Days of Thunder sequel. Who knows, maybe with modern NASCAR's need for sponsorship that's familiar to old fans could even lead to Hardees coming back to the series. What I do know is I'll be there for either of the three, North Wilkesboro with a points race, Days of Thunder 2, or Hardees as a Cup sponsor. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, check out all the other Days of Thunder content I have here on the channel, and subscribe for even more that's coming soon. Make sure to check the description below for links to Cruizers Motosrports merch to support the channel, since, I've been demonetized for bringing you guys all the classic car movies. Also, for Cruisers and Toy Wart Vintage reviews, social links. I thank you guys for watching, my friends. Remember, those friends, they're the family you get to choose. I'll see you next week, fellow cruisers.